Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2.
I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
What the hell's going on out here?
2 L's, 1 pod. We are the spin-off of the Two Dicks web series. I'm Al Romas. I'm currently on the Mariner of the Seas. We're almost back in Florida. This is a 4-day cruise. I got on Thursday. I leave Monday. Gotta love it. That's Al Ducharme. He's in, I believe, Miami, Florida.
Correct.
In a hotel, maybe getting on a ship today. Is it? Fill us in, Alfredo.
I am. I just overnightted at the Marriott here in Miami by the airport, and I will be joining the ship. I'll take an Uber in a little bit. And I think I'm on this ship for 10 to 13 days. I don't even know. I'm so burnt out.
But not a 7-day cruise. You're doing a 7-day, then you'll
cruise,
stick around for a couple extra days.
Yeah, they're going to milk me and prorate me, and then I'll fly home on May the 4th be with you.
Those fuckers. That's going to be a...
You did the 420, and now you're doing the 4th be with you. I don't get all this shit.
I don't get it. The 420, I guess. All right. You want to get high, that's fine. But to be an adult and say May the 4th be with is just fucking sad, and you need to get punched in the throat. Seriously.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I know, maybe
I would.
Maybe a flick of the earlobe or
needs,
something. I wouldn't punch you.
A flick in the bick, right in the old, you know what? Yeah, flick of the dick in the bick, and yeah, man. What was I gonna say? Oh, so you're getting on the Oasis of the Seas. I've been there. I know that one many times. But I was surprised when you said that because I thought it was in Bayonne. But I guess they'll be sailing soon, as the spring summer season.
Yes,
begins.
I think it's called the repositioning of the cruise ship. What happens is
that's right. That's what I was looking for as I babbled.
Repositioning of cruise ships. They go from overseas to the Caribbean to Alaska, whatnot. I think the Oasis is being moved up north for the rest of the summer, but I think it's on its last leg of going out of the southern ports. Is that going to be a permanent thing where they put the Oasis out of there?
Yeah, it's been except then winter. I mean, I was on Anthem, and it's cold up there. It's you forget it's cold, and to start the cruise, day 1 you're freezing, and then day 7, the day you're sailing back, is freezing. So you really lose 2 days. So it's a 5-day in the sun kind of deal. But I got on Anthem in Bayonne last week or so, and the guy, I go through security, never have a problem, and then I get this guy decides Captain America. Hey buddy, I'm gonna open that bag. I go, what? I go, and I'm, I can't take it, man. My attitude is terrible, and I have no patience.
You've already made this situation longer than needs to be once you give it a little attitude.
I can't, and I know he's supposed to be nice. I can't because these fuckers, because nothing's uniform. If it was the same thing every week, I'm good with it. But so anyway, the guy opens my bag and he goes, "Hey, what's this?" I go, "It's a lighter." And he goes, "That's a lighter? What kind of lighter is that?" I go, "It's a torch lighter. It's for cigars." He goes, "Yeah, you can't bring that on board." I go, "Of course I can. I do it every week. I'm an entertainer. I do these all the time. Never had a problem." "Yeah, no, you can't bring it on board." And then I'm like, because I was already on the week before. This is my small bag that I took off the ship. So I go, I just came off with it. I go, literally just walked off the ship with it. How can I not? And he goes, "Yeah, you can't have that. No, it's not going to happen. You'll pick it up from security at the end of the cruise." I'm like,
you're talking about security on the ship?
No, in the port.
Oh, okay. So it was
in the port. Yeah, their security.
Well,
just boarding the ship. Yeah,
border control. That's what it is.
Right, border control. Yes.
Well, there's so many entities. There's like 3 different entities.
Yeah. Yeah, and this guy, this was him, he had a hard on for this. And then somebody else came over, they go, "Oh, you can get it from security once you get on the ship." Because everyone has one of these. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a he goes, "Oh, all right." The other guy is trying to be cool. He goes, "Once the ship sails, call security and you just go pick it up." So I go, "Okay, all right." So I'm pissed, but all right. So I get on the ship, I call guest relations, I go, "Can I have security?" And they go, "No, you can't. We can't do that." I go, and then I go, "Well, I'm a guest entertainer," and they go, "I don't give a fuck who you are." And I go, "Yeah," I go, "I get that." So I go, "I can't call security. There's no way. I have a lighter that was taken." They go, "Yeah, you can get that back at the end of the cruise."
Ah,
I go, "No, the point is," and they go, "They told me I could get it when I sail." I'm like, "It's moron." I listen to the guy. The guy was full of shit.
they wanted to get
I
you
go,
out
"They
of there.
told me, yeah, they told me I could do this when it sails. I could pick it up." And they're like, "No, you can't do that. No." So I'm like, "Fuck." So anyway, a couple days pass and I have matches and it sucks. But I'm like, wait a second. So then I just thought, I send an email to the production manager.
Yes, that was the first thing I was
Who
going
I've
to tell you. But
I've never you ask for help and ever, and I go, "Hey, tell him." He goes, "Oh, hold on, let me get that for you." The guy calls me 10 minutes later. He's like, "I got it, man. You want to pick it up?" Like, Jesus Christ.
I would have gone right to the
Thank you.
production manager, because sometimes they have
I-
a good relationship on board because they're all family, Sometimes not.
Yeah, I never think of bothering people and because I'm like, I'm a comic. What if I don't need the production manager for anything? I don't want to be one of those guys. So, but then it just hit me. I'm like, well, maybe I could just ask the guy. He might be able to get it for me. And boom. And then of course I'm on this ship, and I walked right in with it. It's no problem. So it's just bullshit. It's like, oh, today I'm going to take torch lighters.
Yeah.
But no other day and no other ships. Everything's fine. So anyway, that was that. But I got the lighter back, and look at that. We're all good, man.
Oh, wow. Oh, see, that's a serious one. So I bought one of those little cheapies, the little ones.
Yeah.
And I have two of them in case one runs out, because they don't last that long. But it looks like a small Bic lighter.
Those are great. Big. They were on Amazon, 5-pack for like $6, and they're not there anymore. They're either sold out or they're out of stock or out of biz.
I think that they've sold out before. I had to wait for them, and then when they did, I ordered 6 of them. I carry 2 with me. When one goes, if I remember back at home, I grab another one to replace it.
Yeah, they're good. Very, very good. Get past anyone with those things.
Windproof, almost.
Almost. Let's not get crazy.
Yeah.
Let's not get.
The one you have is that's in case the ship springs a leak. You can get down there and weld. Look at that thing.
This
of course, look at it. He's just showing it to me. No wonder why you pulled that out. It looks like a Terminator fucking zapper. In the beginning of Terminator.
It's not exactly just a lighter.
T2 when they had the robot.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's why you're on the Patreon, folks. You want to see what my lighter looks like. And by lighter, I mean cock.
Excuse me, well, I'll whip it out.
I like how we both said lighter and then both went for a dick joke within half a second. Cock.
Homophobic middle-aged men talking about big cocks.
That'd be good if we could make that into an what do you call it? When you chop up the first letter of each word. What is that? An anagram, allogram? What is that
called? It's a mammogram.
Do we know?
Should get one.
A mammogram. There you go. I get one every I do.
I give out free ones just so I can cop a feel.
Oh.
Yeah,
like
and I do not discriminate. Everybody, man and woman, gets one.
I'm sure they do, Alfredo. I'm sure you're very happy to check out those man boobs.
Discriminate. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Hey, I don't know. Hey, I'll get off the ship Monday, and we're going to New York on Thursday. Gonna fly into JFK. Haven't been to JFK in God, you been there lately? I've heard they've improved it, but
it was under construction
for years.
Ever. Well, are you visiting the city, or are you just doing a
No, we're going to going out all the way east to Riverhead, Long Island. John Consoli and his wife Sue were going to stay there. And John's son,
Is Miss Kelly going to be joining?
Miss Kelly's coming. She'll be
fantastic.
meeting everyone, and we'll be going to the wedding of John's youngest son, Anthony Consoli. Will be getting hitched on Long Island, and we'll be there. Yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Good times. And everybody will realize that Kelly is actually not a figment of your imagination. She's a real person. Because like Al thinks he's got a girlfriend.
Oh,
a girlfriend.
Is that what people have been saying? And
no, I exaggerate a little bit.
Okay. All right. No, I never know. So yeah, that'll be fun. And then when we get back, this is breaking news a little bit, but
Al's sex life.
well, it does involve that. Kelly's going to be having surgery when we get back. Surgery.
Oh.
Yes. She's required a hip replacement for about, God, who knows, long 20 years. She from I think it was a jet ski or water skiing accident back in the day, and just ignored it and lived life, and now it's gone. So on the plus side,
does she want this to be public knowledge?
Yeah, I told her I'm going to mention. She's like, I don't care. That's fine.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah,
because I had like 3 jokes. So I said I'm not going to make a joke.
It's not she's not trans. It's just a hip. You know what I mean? She's not changing sides or anything.
It's hip to be square. Sorry, Huey Lewis and the News.
She'll be shooting from the hip replacement. But what was well, though the positive of all this, let's look at the positives. I'm going to a wedding.
You don't have to chase her around for a few weeks.
And I'm going I'm going to a wedding with a girl with basically a broken leg. So no dancing for daddy. You know what I'm saying?
You lucky bastard.
That's right.
Because we go to the weddings and dance, and I would say 99.9% of the men that go out and do especially the white man dance, we're just doing it with a fake smile just to pretending we're being into it, but we really aren't. We hate it. We're trying to do it for pictures, make everybody, he's not a stick in mud. He had a good time. And usually the girls, like Bernadette, loves to dance. She's got some dancing in her history. And
I don't know what that means. Dancing in her history.
No, I mean, she took dance classes as a kid and then went into stripper. No.
That's what I thought you were saying.
No.
I go, what? She has some dancing in her history.
She has some. No, she did some dancing when she got the cute little outfits as a kid, but she really was into it, and she knows all these different styles of dance. And when she's on the dance floor, you can go, oh, that girl can dance. And I just go out there and I'm like, I might get laid. I might get laid. Waiter.
Oh my God. The white man biting his lip. Like they always put the teeth down, bite the lip dance, and then air guitar is one of those dumb moves. You'll see a white guy playing air guitar. It's like, oh buddy. So she's getting that done. And that'll be this airs Monday, so she'll be under the knife on Wednesday, and then a couple days off from work, get some rehab going. It was funny. I had saw Warren Sapp, with the Hall of Famer Warren Sapp.
Mm-hmm.
I'd met him a couple times in Florida airports, and anyway, he had just had hip replacement surgery.
It's common now.
Yeah, and then he put a video, and he was in a bike race, and it was like less than a month from hip surgery. So I just wrote a thing on Instagram going, "Hey man, how long before you're on a bike after hip surgery? Because we want to do that." And he wrote back, "The bike was nothing. Took about a month to do a backflip into the pool."
Holy shit!
So there you.
But that's Warren
The
Sapp
Hall of Famer.
insurance.
The Hall of Famer.
That's Hall of Famer insurance. What's Kelly
Mhm.
getting? Is she getting the, as Bernadette Pauly would say, is she getting the CVS?
Yeah, we get it'll be a
Replacement.
gauze and some bacitracin
She's gonna look like a
I'll
Civil War
I'll change the
reenactment.
wound. I'll change the
Injured
wound
soldier.
every hour on the hour. Give her a fresh stick to bite on while the pain, and pour some whiskey in her mouth. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad coverage.
It
Yeah.
might be 6 weeks before she does a backflip, is what you're saying. Instead of
It could be a little bit of time, but she'll be, because now, I mean, it's like she has a broken leg. That's what she's dealing with every day.
Oh,
I mean,
it's progressed that bad. Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
Is she in
Absolutely
pain?
terrible. Big time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, this is going to, because every time I see someone, meet someone, even when I
Mhm.
was younger, it had nothing to do with age. People are like, wow, I can't believe I put this off.
Right.
My life has changed, because the pain level and
so
the
many
discomfort
ways.
graduates over the years. But my friend's father had 2 titanium knee replacements because he was a college football guy. And he was like, holy shit, the technology. He goes, they want you to walk right away, after the surgery. They want
Right.
you
Right.
up and moving around, get the blood circulating. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
But he said, I can't believe it. He goes, I have no more pain. Because it's apprehensive about it. It's surgery. It's a
Sure.
big thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
Sure.
but it's routine now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it's easy for me to say how, it's going to be simple and this and that, but it will be. And Phil Palisol's wife, Nora,
She
she
just had
had
it
it.
done. Mhm.
Yeah, and I wrote to her, and she was like, "Oh, I was up like the next day walking. They want you to walk. It's whole thing. So glad I did it, and it was not bad. Pain afterwards, not bad at all. So yeah, that'll be great. Because you imagine, I mean, just the whole thing with just a broken, like feeling like you have a broken leg and just being on one leg. Hey now,
Well, it's literally in the hip, though. It's a click, right?
Yeah.
Click.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
pain.
But this was long overdue. She just didn't do it, and now it's like it gets to a point, and it's like, fuck, I can't not do this now. And then went to the doctor, and they were like, we don't even need it. I think she did an MRI or an X-ray.
Approval.
No, they did an X-ray, and they go, we don't even need an MRI. Let's just schedule you. There's nothing there.
Well, yeah.
So
Yeah, there's no is it cartilage and whatever that, like rubber.
yeah, I don't know. Rubber meets the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
human rubber, whatever stuff that's
What
in
is
there.
What does
around
that
the ball.
expression mean? What does that even mean? You ever hear that? When rubber meets the road.
I don't
Something
remember
like
the
a tire.
context of it. Yeah, it's a tire.
Well, it'll be an expression like say I was threatening you or something. I would go, well, I'll tell you what, man, the rubber's going to meet the road.
I don't recall it being in that context. I don't.
Yeah, but I think it's something like the tire.
When the rubber meets the road. Is
Yeah.
it when?
Yeah, or when I think that's the expression. When the rubber meets the road. Kind of a threat looking. Are you looking it up?
No. Do you want me to look
Oh.
it up, or do you want people to
No,
comment?
No, I thought you were looking at. I thought you were looking it up. Yeah, let us know, someone, please, for the love of.
When the rubber meets the penis.
When the rubbers are on the penis, maybe that's combination. Maybe that's where that came. Maybe rubber, because that's a condom, and just because it's rubbery, I guess they called it a rubbers.
What was that, like a 1950s reference?
Good God, man! Can you imagine? I don't know. Can you imagine? I mean, there was a guy. That was the thought process. We gotta somehow stop them from getting pregnant. We'll just put a bag on the goddamn thing and.
Well, before rubber, when I was in Alaska at what is it, Dolly's, Madison's whorehouse, whatever that is up there in Ketchikan.
What about the Dalai Lama's whorehouse where he's
got little
tongues.
Boys. Oh my God!
Now. Hello,
now all the
Dolly.
rumors about him being a pedophile are flying.
Well, yeah. I mean,
no,
they
like
say
before. They're saying even before this incident where he. If you don't know what we're talking about, folks, listen to the entire podcast to the end and subscribe on Patreon, the2dicks.com, and you can hear the whole thing. You can see it. a picture of the Dalai Lama. Bing.
Hello, Dolly. Do you know that's what you say when you meet the Dalai Lama?
You say when the tongue meets the Dalai Lama.
No, you say hello, Dolly.
Oh, you do? Is that what you do? Oh my God, that was a dad joke.
Long way to go for that. And yeah, but
So anyway, let me get my point. Hold on.
But they're saying that's like in their custom, and it's not a big deal. They'll suck a boy's tongue. Not a big deal. Nothing to see here. Nothing to worry about.
See, that's what I told my wife when I met her. I said, in my family, in my religion, it's customary to suck.
I'm sorry.
What? Let's move on.
I should have just stayed silent.
Anyways, the Dolly brothel in Ketchikan, Alaska, they have pictures, or even they have condoms which were made out of cloth, like burlap or something.
Burlap condoms?
Yeah, or the silk. Silk. It was silk. I apologize.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's a lot different.
Yeah, it is. And Dolly would
burlap.
Dolly would just, 10 guys a day.
This is true, or you just making this up right now?
No.
The Dalai Lama would bang 10 guys a day with a burlap condom. This sounds a little outrageous. Outrageous.
That last episode that we made as a spare tire episode, in case we had some sort of technical issue, which we did, so we put it out there. That's just the last one. That's number 229. This is 230, by the way.
Oh.
230 episodes. Anyways, that last one was very entertaining, and I don't think this one is taking flight yet. But there's still hope.
There's still hope. We'll go down a couple other things. Hey, I went to what does this say? Let me look at my Oh yeah, my delay. Oh yeah, so I said there's, but here's a weird thing, man. I'm in Bayonne last week, Newark at the airport. My flight's at noon. Then I get there 10 o'clock or whatever. Okay, at 11 o'clock, my flight just becomes a 1 o'clock flight. No reasoning, nothing. The flight's now at 1 o'clock. Okay, all right. Come 12 o'clock, boom, the flight's now moved 2 o'clock.
Ooh.
No, nobody's saying anything. We don't know why. No, never. Okay, now at 1 o'clock, boom, the flight.
It just says delayed. It just says delayed, right?
It says delayed, but then it changes the time, 1 hour each time. So now this noon flight is now 3 o'clock.
Ugh.
But no explanation given. Nothing. Zero. And then I was talking to a pilot. Well, he was waiting, and he goes, I'm going to call the operations center. He goes, this is ridiculous. He called, and they wouldn't explain it. They said something about the gate wasn't available. Meanwhile, we had a plane at the gate. They go, there's no gate available. We're like, the guy is on the phone going, there's a plane here. So anyway, we get on board at 4 o'clock. And it becomes one of those, you're on. They go, thank you for waiting. We'll be taking off any minute. You go, okay, all right. Then you hear, folks, that right there, folks. We're fucked. We're fucked. There's no reason for this guy to come out. Yep.
Folks.
Folks from the flight deck, this is Captain Bob. While we were waiting at the gate, looks like one of our flight attendants timed out. So
the timed out thing is ridiculous.
We're gonna need her to leave the plane, and we will be looking for a new flight attendant. We'll get back to you as soon as we know. Thank you. Now we're all like, fuck. So 10 minutes, 15 minutes pass.
That's a union thing,
Folks, good news, bad news. Got a flight attendant. She's currently in the air coming from Colorado. So when she lands, we'll get her over here as quickly as possible, go through our checks, and then we'll be on our way to Tampa Bay. Thank you. She's in the air.
Well, there's still a shortage, you know that, right? There's a shortage of pilots and flight attendants, and the unions clamp down because all of a sudden these pilots
Jed
are on a
clamp it.
plane. They're on a plane longer than they should be. So you want your
Yeah.
pilot to be aware of what's going on when he's landing that big bird.
Yeah, I don't care about my sky waitress. I got to be honest.
No,
She can be sleepy. I don't care. You know
No.
what I mean? It's okay. So
she can make
then
mistakes. They're all half on pills, anyways. You know.
half. They're all exactly. So
I
another
said they're
10
all
minutes
half.
pass.
They're all half, is what I just said. By the way,
They're all
they're all
trans.
half. All of them
So
are half.
I about 10 minutes more pass, and then we hear he goes, folks, we're going to be taking off in a few minutes. I just want to thank Connie for volunteering to extend her day and stay on. So everyone, if you would, give a big round of applause for Connie, and we'll be on our way to Tampa. Thank you.
Connie's
How
not a
come
cunt.
How come Connie can stay on and extend, but the girl who timed out couldn't? Or is there an answer to that? Or what
She
the
could have
fuck?
had other obligations.
Come on.
I know, I get it, but you got to remember, I'm sure that these flight attendants and pilots, it's flight after flight after flight.
Yeah.
It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah.
If they're flying 30 times in a week, they might have that happen 5 or 6 times. It's like, you know what? I just did this extended fire. I'm done. I'm toast. So I got to give it a little bit to them on that end. But I don't like the fact that the pilots can delay. You know, if we delay another 20 minutes,
then they
have
leave.
to fly and we get paid, and I'm home in my own bed. That's too much power.
I know. I can't blame them for that because, you know, I get it. I understand it. But
the pandemic really has a ripple effect. It fucked everything up because they stopped training pilots, and the airlines are expanding. So there's a gap. And flight attendants were like, well, I'm going to retire.
Well, yeah. They took a lot of them took a somewhat early retirement, and it's like police, and they're being defunded, and so they're all bailing. I mean, the cops in New York, man, they were all getting early retirement and getting the hell out of there.
Yeah.
So I think the pandemic was a disaster. It was beyond a disaster. I don't even think we know. There'll be books written when we're long gone about what really went on. What went on that whole
the
time,
police
that 2 years.
Police brutality that takes place is still a small percentage of the men and women in both law enforcement and whatever.
That's right.
It's a small, but unfortunately, it's the one bad apple situation. You know,
well, we support the
all
men
the
and
good
women
people, all
here
the good
at 2 Owls 1 Pod, except for the bad apples. We don't support the bad apples.
No.
No,
Although you kind of need a couple of bad apples to make sure that there's a bad.
Who's one bad
I'm
apple don't spoil
kidding.
the whole bunch.
Girl.
Was that
Jackson?
Was that
5,
the Jackson
right?
5?
What was the don't pretend you didn't know when you were a kid.
No, I'm saying it's either the Jackson 5 or I was thinking the Osmonds. They were kind of they didn't have hits, but they would all have the same kind of song. And you know what I mean?
It was the white boy version. The clean what was it? Utah Mormon Donny Osmond version of the Jackson 5.
They have stayed clean though. I give them credit because usually a bullshit thing like that in the later years, Donnie would have, been a pedophile, homeless, fucking something, and Marie would be a crazy lesbian, but with 100 children adopted, but they never really get in trouble, or they've been very they do their shows and they stay out of the way, and I mean a little bit of a joke, but generally they've for showbiz to be in the business for their entire lives.
Yeah, pretty much, because they're kids.
Still work, still can draw a crowd, still make money.
Like Branson, Missouri?
Well, they had a show at the Flamingo in Vegas for 20 years. And I think he's there now, but I don't know about her.
She's still doing Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig. Which one was it?
I don't know which chick she's doing, but I'd like to see it because she looks good. She looks better than she did back in the day.
She goes up and down. She goes up and down. She's had a lot of work done.
Hey, now, a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know that
she's
as a
beyond the
fact?
looks that God gave her. So there's a little bit of a
see.
contradiction in her religious
Right.
beliefs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She looks very good.
Yeah.
But why not? Why not?
She's no
You know what I
Jacqueline
mean?
Smith, I'll tell you that right now.
No, that broad, that's incredible. I mean, as far as we can see, it's incredible. 77. She looks fantastic, but
I just saw
let's see
Elle
the real.
McPherson
Let's see
on
her be
television.
brave.
Yeah.
Let's see her be brave and post no makeup, no, you know what? Let's see that picture, Jack.
I just saw Elle
Come on.
McPherson, 60.
Elle?
Yeah, I think she's
Is she 60?
59, 60.
Damn.
But she had a
Damn.
big head start, being 5'11" and a half and just legs beyond reach. And, the whole hourglass figure and whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when Billy Joel met Elle McPherson and Christy Brinkley on the same night in a hotel, I think like in Bermuda, he was down in the lobby at late at night. He was playing the piano, and Christy Brinkley and Elle McPherson both came and sat there and listened to him. And
he banged.
He was like, he could have. He was like, it was sort of like, which one do you want to date and which go out with?
Did.
And did he do both? I thought he was just Christy Brinkley. I didn't know he.
No,
did
he ended
Elle
up marrying
McPherson.
Christy Brinkley, but he dated.
Oh, did he?
He banged both of those hot chicks at their peak supermodel stage.
Yeah, well,
Billy fucking Joel.
It's good to be a genius.
Who is a phenomenal musician and songwriter.
Yeah, what are you doing mocking
Billy
our guy?
fucking Joel.
That's Long Island's Beatles. Come on. You grew up on Long Island, you got a copy of The Stranger under your door. Everyone
if
got
you put
one.
a picture of Billy Joel
Yes.
and Elle McPherson side by side right now.
Yes.
And Christy Brinkley.
Yes.
Different planets.
Right. Well, and then
Billy Joel looks like
daughter.
Gary Delina, and the girls still are looking pretty nice.
Gary just jumped off a bridge, and then Billy Joel's poor daughter looks like Billy. Which is the night. I mean, can you imagine? Your mom's Christy Brinkley, and you end up coming out with big, eyes with bags under them and a bald head, and you're fat. I mean, it's sad. And then I look at those family pictures they'll post, and it's like the daughter, from Christy Brinkley married some other guy after Billy,
right?
And they had a son and a daughter, and the daughter looks, exactly like her, and then the other daughter looks exactly like Billy.
That's just the genes. You just don't.
It's tragic.
It's a bad hand, but what are you going to do? You can't. You're still a person, but
somewhat.
When your mother looks like this, it's not automatic that you're going to get that, and vice versa.
For sure.
You could have two trolls,
right?
And they give birth to the most beautiful Amazon person on
the planet. I don't think that's ever happened, but that's a good.
It has
good
happened.
Point. No. Two trolls have never made the most beautiful person. No, that doesn't happen.
I'm exaggerating.
Could be a nice looking troll, but it's not going to be anything.
I bet you if you Google it, hot people with ugly parents. Google it.
Then I want to get in that algorithm and start getting that shit daily. I took Kelly and I took my niece Olivia out on her birthday. We went to Fleming's. I don't know if you're familiar with Fleming's.
I am. Steakhouse, yes.
Yeah, I'd never been, or I have been years ago. I didn't remember it.
What's your take?
My take was very good. I mean, they had a thing. It was a 38-ounce bone-in ribeye. Share it with, and it was like two sides, two
bone
desserts.
In. You have to share that.
Yeah, folks, and 38 ounces. Pre-cut though, which I love because they was already cut when it brought to the table.
Fan?
Yes, so it's not because when you don't want to be like, oh, this is a lot of, I'm saying, this is a lot. This is already cut up, and when we split it, 38 ounce like nothing. delicious. Loved it. Great place. Not. I would say Charlie's is probably still a little better.
Oh,
but
wow. Okay.
atmosphere of Charlie's, but the
Yes.
steak, I don't think you can't beat what the steak we had. It was great. And then of course Kelly's a vegan, so I think she had a piece of lint and a string, like a salad and a baked potato.
And she's going to have a new hip. So watch
Well,
yourself.
yes, that's right. Yes.
Once those girls get their new hips, that's it.
What happens? What happens then?
Their life changes. They become more energetic, and people start noticing her, and then the guys start swooming and swarming.
They do. Okay.
Swooning. I meant to say swooning.
Oh,
I'm having trouble today. I had one
swooming.
coffee.
Those guys are just swooming. I'll tell you.
It's just not enough when you're on West Coast time and you're on the East Coast.
No, it's hard. What time did you get in last night?
It was one of those things where the luggage took 35 minutes, 40 minutes at the end of your flight. I think I was in the lobby at 10:30 p.m. and then there's a line. And it goes out the door. And it's one of these
what?
Sliding
Out the
doors, remote sliding doors. So the last person keeps triggering it every time they move, so it opens automatically.
Oh my God.
And the people there was two people taking people in, and one of them was super slow and one of them was expedient. So I guess one was German and one wasn't.
Yes. Where are your papers? Yes.
Move next, please.
That's at night to get to a hotel.
Baby.
Und das Klappen, Gliepen, Glopen. Two geniuses here with references for Germany. Hey, speaking of dopes, young guy. Did you hear about that kid from the Air National Guardman who was stealing those classified docus on
Yes.
Ukraine war?
Yeah,
and
then he
posting
put them
on his gaming site.
Gaming site.
Yeah. I mean, and people go, "What do you mean he's 21 and he has top secret clearance?" It's like, yeah, that's the military. They would be shocked. The military, basically, it is like it's 30 and under is the real military, and even less than that.
Did you serve?
So I did. I did 4 years, sir.
I did 4 years in Leavenworth. Sorry. One coffee. It's not enough.
Why one coffee? No
because
pot?
Because I'm in a hotel, and then I went downstairs, and I'm looking around, and I see the restaurant called Champions, and they have a line of people, and they're like, I go, I want a coffee for takeaway. And she goes, okay. She picks up what you had.
Yeah.
Coffee pot. And she goes, oh, it's empty. I'll be right back. There's a line of people. She's not only the hostess, but she's in charge of going to get the coffee for takeaway. So she leaves, and all of a sudden the line gets bigger, bigger, bigger. And again, the sliding door starts opening and closing automatically. I got it to go, and then I'm walking by, and then I see they have Starbucks at the little pantry that's around the corner that I could gotten. I'm a mess.
Yeah,
I'm a wreck.
That Champions. You may have done shows. That place has been in the Marriotts for 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
They used to be one-nighters for comedy.
I did a few
back in the back in the 90s. You'd go to like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, whatever it was. Champions at the Marriott, and it was one of those shit gigs where you have to talk to the dumb manager to go.
Turn off the TV.
Can you turn the TVs? Can you turn them off? We're gonna do the shows. Nah, I think we'll leave them on. Leave them on for people.
We'll turn the volume down, but we'll leave them on. That's what I get a lot. And the page was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, the comedy show started." Fuck that.
Yep, and no offstage intro, so the poor MC would just walk up there. Hey, everyone, hi. We're getting ready to start here, and fuck you, boo.
We have a big surprise for you. People that have just worked all day and are trying to pick up other people. We have some comedy.
We have the local all-stars.
It's happy hour. It's gonna get happier.
I always love when
The comedy
clubs
all stars.
they wouldn't pay that weekend. They didn't have any money, so they would get the local open micers and make them the all-stars. We got the all-stars.
I did a
And
bunch
then-
of those.
Well, everyone, yeah, we all,
They were,
had to.
they were like $200 cash on a Tuesday
Yeah.
night, 25 years ago,
Yeah,
28
the
years ago.
all-stars. Yeah, hilarious.
Those same
remember
gigs pay about $75.
I know. Well, that's I mean, there's there's clubs in Florida. I don't want to mention names, but Coconuts, and they're the same way. They're paying from 1985 or whatever it was back then, and
The
then they
ticket
wonder why
prices quadrupled.
you don't
The
work.
drinks have gone up.
Oh yeah, they're
Cover
happy
charge
be
used to
making
be
money.
to pay the acts. That's what the cover charge was. You
Mhm.
entice people to come to your venue to drink and eat, and then the cover charge was extra, and you pay that to the talent. And then somebody said, "Why are we doing that?"
Well, yeah, and cocaine was
Yeah,
rampant.
cocaine.
There were weird decisions being made nightly.
All of a sudden, the club owner is showing up in the latest Mercedes,
He's got like a hooker
and
with
then
him.
he's going, "All right, we're going to give you guys checks,
Oh no, fuck.
and don't cash it until Thursday."
Yeah.
Because the two waitresses I'm banging, and one of them I knocked up, and my wife is furious. Everything changed.
These things are post dated. What are you you're post dating my
When they
check,
go with
you
post dated
fuck.
checks in a comedy club, we mentioned this
They got
before,
nothing.
It's
We-
over.
We have no money, literally.
And these
and
people
we're-
have two houses. They went
sure.
they went big,
Boats. They went big.
boats, everything. And it's okay
Right.
if they had, but they were spending tomorrow's money. When they first
Right,
started
well-
out, they were very disciplined, and they were like, "We got to get to." And all of a
Oh,
sudden,
it
they
was-
finally get to the bigger money, and then they start living beyond that. It's very common.
It was classic. I mean, the comedy club guy was classic how he started, and he was this frugal guy and he worked hard. And then a couple of years later, how, what he was wearing and who he was with and what he was driving. It was all just that excess of everything, and then they'd never thought, well, what if it
Gonna-
ends?
It's always going to get
This
big.
might end. The just putting comedy in the window, that worked. But
Hmm.
like I was saying, now it's a completely different. Now it's the exact opposite of that.
Mhm.
Now people make a point of they're going to know who they go see, and they're fans of the person.
I liked it better when the audience was uneducated.
That's right.
Mhm.
That was our wheelhouse. Dumb crowds just wandering in.
It didn't matter.
was
You could have the
perfect.
drunk MIT guys or the dodos walking in. Everybody was
Yeah.
doing the same thing, watching you.
Well,
and
it is a little
laughing.
weird. It's a little weird now with these the podcast guys who draw, because their audiences, they're so great. I mean, they're getting laughs that they don't really not say deserve, but these podcast audiences are just so thrilled to see these guys that you can't really read if it's the actual act. You know what I mean? It's like they're giving them too much, and it's just about they want to meet them and they want to hang out with
Well,
them.
they know your persona, and you made them laugh without an audience, and now they're seeing you live. They're heightened, and
Right, but it's not a
enthusiasm
fair
is-
test. Like when we went on the
Right.
road,
No.
these
We had
are
to prove ourselves.
I mean, they don't know you, and they're spending some money, and it wasn't easy. It was like we're gonna, we'll give it up if we like you, but you got to prove it. But now I don't find a lot of these guys. They don't have to prove much. I mean, it's like a party once the thing starts, which is fine. I mean, it's good. It's their audience, but it's different because I just think it was tougher in the day of people just going to
Well,
see
they had to
comedy.
reinvent, because we were saying this a few years ago, how do these new comics do it? And they've found a way. They've
Right.
social media and
Yeah.
followings and viral videos. So and you and I know what this is. It's not like we're clueless, but we always feel like we're late to the party on that, because
Oh,
That's
100%.
their future, you know. And
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we were. It's just, we had our time,
we were
and
pioneers.
but yeah, I mean, I'm kind of glad there was a lot of fun I had in things. I'm glad none of it's recorded and available, online or something back in the day. But it would have been nice to, just been able to do some of the things that you can do now. And
Well, we did see, speaking
know.
of recorded, your special there on Open Bar, the podiatrist bit.
It's not a doctor.
It's
Is that a doctor?
dude, me and Bernie were howling.
Wow, thank you.
Are there any doctors here tonight? Any doctors? Yeah, what kind of doctor are you? Podiatrist. Are there any doctors here tonight? You don't even say that's not a doctor. You don't say that's not.
No,
are there,
just
you
let them
just
know.
go.
I don't even acknowledge you.
No, you're just standing up staring at them, and the audience is with you. It's hysterical.
Guy who went to college for
Open
8
Bar,
years.
Al Romas, get a taste of it. What is that? Openbar.com. But we're going to drive them towards your media so that they see your podcast and your schedule and where you're going to be.
Yeah. Openbarcomedy.com has the specials, and then Open Bar Comedy on YouTube has all the clips and things. And that's what I was saying to him. Like, that kind of clip is doing, it's doing okay. But it's 25 seconds. It's 30 seconds. That's what we need. Not 3-4 minute bits. Nobody's watching that. Keep it just quick.
It's funny because we were trying to get our 45 minutes or an hour. We're trying to like cherry pick to get the 3 minutes and the 2 minutes. Yeah, the whole bit is 2 or 3 minutes, and now people are doing a sentence.
Right.
A sentence. And then and it goes right to their calendar.
Yeah. It's amazing how quick things are. But that's what I find. I'm doing it too, and I'm not a kid, and I'm just scrolling. But if it's a little bit linked, I'm like, keep moving. Give me fast. Give me
short. Pete Lee is doing it well. Pete Lee, originally he was doing like comedy bits, 2 or 3 minutes, or at least 2 minutes, and then now he's down to the 25, 30 seconds. And then he puts up all his calendar dates.
Yeah. You gotta, it's good. I mean, there's guys figuring out, there's guys, some of them, I always think it's, and I'm the same age as these people, so I don't want to look that way, because I'll look at some posting of somebody our age and be like, ooh, like, what do you do? Like, they're trying, but it's like the clip is wrong, and the font and everything, it just looks wrong. And it looks like somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, but you got to try. So
that's how you
give
learn.
them credit. I give you credit for trying, but then again, on the other hand, you hope somebody would go, "Hey, what, that doesn't work. You got to take that down."
But the audio is 50% of it. If you have good audio, people will stay. It can be kind of shitty lighting is forgivable. It's the audio. If you're in a cavernous place, people are posting no audience mic'd. They're still doing it. It's like boost that audience. They're laughing. And you can hear them way in the background.
It's such a competitive thing, and I think people see so much content, and then people go, "I don't have any. I got to so they'll just set up a camera on Thursday night and then post it. Just got to put it up there." And you go, but there are a lot of clips like that where I just go, "Well, I don't know what you were going for on that at all." I mean, it wasn't funny, but it wasn't anything. It was just you.
There's a lot of clips that are a little interesting and not necessarily a big laugh, but interesting. That's pulling people in. It's like, as long as they're a little interesting, it leaves you wanting more. That's the whole purpose of it. It's like, that's kind of funny. Where's it go? Where's the rest of it? In theory.
I saw a video of you waking up and spanking your own ass, and I was like, where does this go? Where does this go from here? But there was it didn't conclude. Will there be another part of that coming soon?
This was a great episode. Thanks for listening, folks.
I'm asking a question.
Adios!
Good luck in prison.
Iceberg dead ahead. Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The Two Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Two Owls, One Pod podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, show.
All right. Subscribe. Mary. This was a horrible mistake.
Patreon.com/forward the two dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.